Quote from the book: linear performance pricing identifies the main technical cost driver for the product price of a group of materials. With H1, you're in the bottom right extreme of the purchasing chessboard. In other words, you enjoy absolutely overwhelming demand power. In this video, I show you what to do with it in a responsible way. Let's get started. Even if you work for one of the world's biggest companies, you shouldn't have too many categories in this extreme position. Just to double check that your mapping is correct. You're in the right position if your suppliers are not able to bypass you. Your company is the biggest buyer of certain products. Your company collaborates regularly with suppliers on innovations. Your company has a strong reputation. Many suppliers are desperate to take your business. The products are easily replaceable. Barriers to new entrants and substitution products are low. And supply exceeds demand. Does your category check all the boxes? Are you absolutely sure? Well, congratulations. This is a dream scenario for procurement. You need to be smart now. Don't waste internal resources on running a too complicated process. And at the same time be fair to suppliers and don't abuse your demand power. Running a lot of RFPs and negotiations would feel wasteful. It ties up a lot of resources and it does not necessarily deliver the best results. There simply are too many suppliers and probably too many products. This is why about 20 years ago, consulting companies introduced linear performance pricing, or LPP. LPP assumes that products and categories that land in the bottom right corner of the chessboard are fairly simple. And typically just one variable is determining the price of a product. Let's look at an example to illustrate this. You have two sites and there's a lot of stuff that needs to be shipped from site A to site B. Also, there are a lot of shipping companies that would like to take your business. If you collect data points on what has been paid for the shipments and you run LPP on this data, you will find a distribution like this one. We refer to the data points as observations. What we see here is that the heavier the shipment is, the more expensive it gets. In this LPP, the weight is the independent variable and the price is the dependent variable. The line illustrates the underlying relationship between the variables. Observations that are far away from the line are outliers. Generally speaking, dots above the line are too expensive, dots below the line are too cheap. Now my recommendation to you is to deploy this responsibly. Determine where you want to land. Reduce the random deviations from the underlying relationship. Bring prices that are too high down and permit suppliers to adjust prices that are too low. Shifting the line down a bit prevents you from a potential price increase. Going forward, you don't even tender business anymore. You just publish the price formula to suppliers. Since your prices are fair, suppliers will be well advised to accept. Now you may ask, but how do I award business to suppliers? Well, that's easy. You measure time and quality. How reliable are the suppliers? Do they show up on time? What is their quality? Are their trucks clean? Do they take good care of the products they ship? If suppliers have good scores, they get more volume. If they have poor scores, they get less business. With this approach, you maintain competition between suppliers. There you have it, H1 linear performance pricing. A method to reduce your workload, pay fair prices, and best of all, a method that makes your internal stakeholders happy because your suppliers compete on their satisfaction. Okay, now it is your turn. Do you have any categories that land on H1? And how would you and your internal stakeholders benefit from suppliers competing on time and quality? Should you have any question, let me know in the comments down below and I will get back to you within 24 hours. Thank you for watching and I see you in the next one. Bye!